4 Minnesota Timberwolves bold predictions for Lakers series in 2025 NBA playoffs. As the NBA playoffs approach, the Minnesota Timberwolves find themselves in a high-stakes first-round matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers. Finishing the regular season with a solid 49-33 record, the Timberwolves secured the 6th seed in the Western Conference. That set the stage for a compelling series against some of basketball's biggest names. With a balanced roster, improving chemistry, and growing confidence, Minnesota enters the postseason with a serious opportunity to challenge the Lakers. The latter, of course, is a team with more playoff experience, but perhaps showing cracks in their armor. This article outlines 4 bold predictions for the Timberwolves as they look to outplay and outlast the Lakers in the 2025 NBA playoffs. The Timberwolves' 6th place finish in the Western Conference was particularly noteworthy. They managed to secure a direct playoff spot without the need for the play-in tournament. This proved their consistency and ability to win games against strong competition. A key factor in their success was the stellar performance of Anthony Edwards. The young superstar averaged 27.6 points per game, showcasing his offensive versatility and ability to carry the team when needed. Edwards' play was a big reason why Minnesota was one of the highest scoring teams in the league. In fact, they averaged 114.3 points per game. Defensively, Rudy Gobert made his presence felt with an average of 10.9 rebounds and multiple key blocks throughout the season. He provides a solid foundation in the paint. This combination of offensive firepower and defensive stoutness helped the Timberwolves finish the season with a plus 4.0 point differential that ranked them among the top teams in the West. Here we will discuss the 4 Minnesota Timberwolves bold predictions for 2025 NBA playoffs versus the Los Angeles Lakers. One of the most exciting matchups in this series will be the battle between Anthony Edwards and LeBron James. Sure, LeBron is undoubtedly one of the greatest to ever play the game. However, this could be the moment where Edwards steps into the spotlight and outshines the Lakers' star. Edwards has emerged as one of the most dynamic scorers in the league. He will take advantage of his athleticism and scoring ability to lead the Timberwolves in this series. His combination of speed, shooting range, and slashing ability will present a difficult challenge for the Lakers. This is especially true with LeBron aging and having to carry a heavy load for his team. Edwards' ability to create his own shot and operate both off the ball and in isolation sets him up to thrive against the Lakers' defense. Yes, LeBron will still have an impact as a facilitator and playmaker. That said, Edwards' performance will surpass expectations. He will be a true force to be reckoned with in the postseason. Rudy Gobert is an established defensive powerhouse. His impact on the series will be undeniable. Against the Lakers, Gobert's ability to control the paint on both ends will tip the scales in favor of the Timberwolves. In the regular season, the Lakers struggled to score efficiently in the paint. That's particularly true against elite defenders like Gobert. Gobert's rebounding prowess and shot-blocking ability will provide Minnesota with the kind of interior defense needed to neutralize the Lakers' front line. Gobert's 10.9 rebounds per game and nearly 2 blocks per contest highlight his dominance around the rim. His ability to deter shots, grab rebounds, and alter opponents' offensive rhythm will be a major factor in the Wolves' defensive game plan. Sure, the star power of both teams is undeniable. However, it will be the Timberwolves bench that plays a crucial role in their success against the Lakers. Minnesota's bench depth has been one of their underrated strengths this season. Players like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, and even Naz Reid in short bursts off the bench will provide a scoring punch when needed. It will be interesting how they match up with the Lakers' supporting cast. They should be led by the likes of Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith. However, they may not be enough to consistently outplay the Timberwolves' second unit. As the series progresses, Minnesota's ability to sustain offensive and defensive pressure from their bench will be a game changer. Gilbert Arenas names his dark horse contender in the West, fighting hard to get out of the Lakers' way. The 2025 NBA playoffs are just a few days away, with the top 6 seeds in the NBA waiting to see the result of the play-in tournament. The race to secure a spot in the top 6 of the West came down to the wire, but the Los Angeles Clippers succeeded. They ended their season on an 8-game win streak and defeated the Golden State Warriors in a must-win final game of the season to secure the number 5 seed. Gilbert Arenas named the Clippers as dark horse contenders on the latest episode of Gil's Arena, specifically saying how them avoiding the Lakers in a 3-6 matchup is why he feels they have an edge. Nobody wanted to play the Lakers, so they were fighting hard to get out of the Lakers' way. From the trade deadline, when they got Ben Simmons and some of the other pieces like adding Kawhi, you can see everybody gelling and playing well. To me, they're the dark horse in the West. The Clippers finishing as the number 5 seed means they get to face the number 4 seed Denver Nuggets instead of the number 3 seeded Lakers. The Nuggets might have the best player of this generation on their roster with Nikola Jokic, but they also have an internal crisis that led to both their head coach and GM getting fired less than 10 days before the NBA playoffs. The Nuggets are a better matchup for the Clippers in the first round, and being the number 4 seed ensures they can't face the Lakers until the conference finals. While this does put them in the path of the number 1 seed OKC Thunder in the second round, Arenas believes the Clippers have a better chance against OKC than the Lakers. The Lakers went 3-0 against the Clippers this season after the Luka Doncic trade, with the team not having enough firepower to keep up with the Lakers. But they'll likely face similar struggles against the Thunder. They lost all 4 games to the Thunder during the season. This is despite them being hypothetically well-suited to stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's production and limit everyone else's. We haven't seen that in practice this season, and this is something they can't do against both Luka Doncic and LeBron James in LA. Both of these teams are likely the biggest threats for the Clippers. A very strong case can be made that they can beat the remaining 5 teams in the West, but unless they can beat these 2, their title hopes are likely remaining unfulfilled. Beating the Thunder is a more immediate priority as it's their likely second-round matchup. The Clippers could struggle against the Nuggets in the first round. They'll hope James Harden and Kawhi Leonard can carry the offensive production alongside Norman Powell. Ivica Zubac will have a huge defensive role to play, as will defense-oriented stars like Derrick Jones Jr. and Ben Simmons. Giannis, LeBron, and Luka, could the Lakers super team happen? Every offseason, the NBA becomes a breeding ground for speculation, theories, and hypothetical scenarios that spark the imagination of fans and analysts. And among all the dreams that could stir the market, few are as ambitious and unlikely as the idea of seeing Giannis Antetokounmpo wearing a Lakers jersey, as suggested by Clutch Sports. Recently, with the Bucks facing a season below expectations and the prolonged absence of Damian Lillard due to deep vein thrombosis, rumors have emerged that Giannis could eventually consider a new destination in search of titles. Although the Greek power forward has repeatedly reaffirmed his commitment to Milwaukee, questions are natural, especially as the window for a title begins to narrow. If Giannis were to consider a change, the Lakers would undoubtedly be among the teams that would attract his attention. With one of the league's richest histories, global visibility, and a winning culture, Los Angeles remains a favorite destination for many NBA stars. The team already shook up the league by acquiring Luka Doncic at the last trade deadline, and forming a big 3 with Doncic, LeBron James, and Giannis would, in theory, be unprecedented in the modern era. The prospect is tempting from both a sports and business standpoint, but like most things in the NBA, there is a considerable distance between the idea and its viability. Even though the package involves young talent and draft capital, it is difficult to imagine the Bucks agreeing to trade their star player, an MVP-level star, without a truly irresistible offer. Furthermore, Giannis's contract, which runs through 2026, with an option for 2026 to 27, does not put immediate pressure on Milwaukee to trade its star. For the Lakers, the loss of 4 key rotation players and draft assets could compromise the depth of the roster, even with the arrival of a superstar. It is not a simple equation, nor is it guaranteed. Giannis' history with the Bucks goes far beyond the court. He is the epitome of a successful rebuild, of patience rewarded, and of loyalty rare in modern times. While his focus remains on winning a title, there is no concrete indication that he is forcing an exit or putting pressure on the front office. In recent interviews, Giannis has stressed that his future is tied to the team's competitiveness. In other words, he wants to be where he can win. For now, he still sees that place as Milwaukee. In a hypothetical scenario where the trade actually happened, the impact would be immense. Luka and Giannis together would form one of the most intriguing duos in recent NBA history. Doncic's offensive intelligence and creativity, combined with Giannis's physical strength and versatility, could redefine the concept of dominance in the league. LeBron, even close to retirement, is still a valuable asset on the court and would be the link between generations on this super team. In the long run, Giannis and Luka could carry the Lakers for many years to come, if, of course, the chemistry works.